All right, here we are, 14 days, home sweet home. I wasn't going to stay 14 days. I wanted to go traipsing around, but I wouldn't expect to buy a tire. But anyway, I found one there. The impatient guy was open, and he said he could help me out. So I got two of them, got a spare. There's a few people say, how come you don't have a spare? Well, now I do. Alright, well, I guess we're going to set up camp here. Let me go scout around for some firewood. There's some over there. I'm going to take a little walk over so you can see it. Need to get a decent camera. What do they call them? Action cameras. I can't hold this, it's still enough. And like I said before, I'm just not as graceful as I used to be. Oh yeah, we got plenty of firewood. Yeah. If I get real rambunctious, I'll chop that one up over there. But probably not. Maybe 30 years ago, yeah, but not now. So I got camp set up, and thought I'd just do a little update here. Talk about the trip up here. I was all right till I started to go, and then all hell broke loose. I was going to take a nap before I left. Maybe I should have. No, probably glad that I didn't, because I'd be, you know, well, I don't know. Something just told me that I was damn lucky, put it that way, to make it all the way up to Payson and in the parking lot before that tire came apart. I could have been out in the middle of nowhere out there, sitting on the side of the road. If you're real lucky, there's a place to pull over. But pretty mountainous through there, so there's a lot of guardrails, you know, and that. But it was funny. Excuse me. It was a funny thing because I didn't have any tire trouble at all the way up there. And then, you know, started shaking back and forth like they do, you know, when you have tread come off. But I didn't notice it running 50, 55 miles an hour. And then when I slowed down coming into town, that's when I noticed it. So I thought, well, I'll just, you know, make it over to the Walmart and hang out there and see if I can get a tire for it. And in the morning, I planned on staying there all night anyway, because I got a late start, like I said, and the best time to get a good spot up here is early in the morning after people have gone home. They all come back out after work, so I got a pretty good spot, I think. Pretty close to where I was last year. I haven't seen anybody around yet, so that's a good thing, you know. I'm a recluse. I said, Alba calls me a mountain man. Maybe I am, I don't know. Dee says that it's not that I don't like people, I just like them better when they're not around. So it's a movie, he wants me to watch it, and I can't ever remember to find it. I looked for it once, but it wasn't available at the time. So anyway, back to the tire. When I rolled onto that parking lot at Walmart, it really wasn't all that bad, and I found a place to park it and got out, looked around, rubbed my hands all along the tire there, and I couldn't really tell anything, you know. I thought, well, maybe it's just, you know, separated a little bit in the center or something. I didn't know what to think, because I checked both back tires. It was shaking the back end, so. But morning when I got up, I came out and looked at it again. Man, there was a hole, or you know, it had separated about a good 4 or 5 inches. I could almost get my hand in there. And you know, you could peel it back and see all the belts in there, the steel belts. So, figure I was lucky just to make it that far. And then well, I went in and talked to the manager. When was that? That was last night. That'd have been Saturday night. I went in and talked to the manager about what was going on, and they said, well, you know, you can stay for 24 hours. I didn't tell him I'd already been there for 24 hours. So hopefully he didn't notice, but he said that he didn't know of any tire shops that were open on Sunday. And I said, well, you know, what happens if I have to stay until Sunday? He says, well, you just park way over there out of the way, stay out of the construction area, and don't set up camp, and I'll pretend like I didn't see you. I thought that was really nice, you know, set up camp, bring out the lawn chairs and, you know, and all that stuff, and put out, well, it didn't have an awning, but that's, you know what I meant. So I just closed everything up, kept lights down low, and I just sat there and watched TV and all that stuff, and that was all right. But so I called the place this morning, and he said, yeah, they were open. So I was surprised. You know, I run right over there, but it's only 4 miles away from where I was, and by the time I got there, the whole thing had come apart by then. There again, it was just pure luck. I made it into their parking lot. He didn't even bat an eye. He looked at it, he didn't even bat an eye, man. Didn't even blink. I said, that's pretty bad for a pretty new tire. He says, yeah. Says it's an off-brand, you never know. You know, it might last 5 days, it might last 5 years. You can't tell. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So anyway, he cut me a deal. I got 2 tires with about 3/4 tread left on it, and for $40 a piece installed. You can't go wrong with truck tires, and they're made for trucks. They're, you know, I think it's load class was D, if I remember right. Anyway, it was 2,700 pounds a piece, so that ought to do it. And he put it all together. Took him about 30 minutes. Got them all spin balanced, put them on, and I drove off. And I just came right up here, and figured I'd make it up here around 3 o'clock or so. I was pretty close. So anyway, that's just kind of an update. It's going to get kind of chilly tonight. It's supposed to be down to like 47 or so. So I might have to have the heat on. I'm going to, you know, as desert rats, anything below 60 is too cold. So some of you people up in the Northeast, you know, 46, you're just starting to take your sweaters off. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can start a little fire. There's no fire restrictions yet, and that's a good thing. And maybe I'll take a little video sitting around a fire, or maybe I'll try to cook something. I don't know. Anyway, talk to you in a bit, maybe in the morning or something. Talk to you a bit later. Bye.